Challenge, Kakarot!
Okay.
With 100 characters in 136 forms, the hit sparking game managed to sell 1.9 million copies worldwide. With as successful as it is, I'm here today to explain to you why I think Dragon Ball Sparking Neo is the best Dragon Ball game. When you start the game, you'll notice how animated the menus are, such as the style of the Sparking games. You'll notice how Goku and Gohan comment on all the different modes, which adds to the attention of detail to the game. I will now briefly explain how each mode works, and then I'll go into depth of the strengths of this game. First off, we have Dragon Adventure, by far the biggest mode, with over 30 hours worth of story content, with over 20 sagas and 3 what-if story modes. It truly gives you the full experience of Dragon Ball. The next mode is Ultimate Battle Z. This mode allows you to play through different challenges ranging from easy, normal and hard, and with each challenge having a specific condition, it's a great way to challenge yourself and level up your characters. The next mode is Dragon Tournament. Unlike BT3, where it's very complicated, Budokai Tenkaichi 2's tournament mode is very simple. You have 3 different tournaments, the World Martial Arts, Cell Games and Hercules Tournament mode, with the Cell Games being entirely hosted and narrated by Cell, and Hercules Tournament by Hercule, and the World Martial Arts Tournament by the announcer. The difficulty ranges from beginner all the way to master. The best part about the Cell Games is how Cell will dramatically announce each fighter's name, something BT3 didn't do and is unique to this game specifically.
Who wants to enter? Thanks for waiting. It's time to start the Cell Games! This time we'll do a 5-round tournament. But what a great assembly of fighters. Yeah, right. Okay then, the first round is beginning. Goku versus Raccoon! Please view this intense film.
The next mode is Dueling. This is hosted by Trunks, and you can either have CPU battles, 1v1s, 2v2s or 5v5s, with the options to allow transformations on and off, and to have items that are scattered on the battlefield, which either gives you a ki boost or a health boost. Is Ultimate Training, hosted by Vegeta. You can train your character through the different techniques. The game will teach you or practice with any character you choose. Next is Evolutions, allows you to customize your characters in any way you want, and also gives you a password you can input into the data center to have your custom character become one of the password characters that can be used in duels. The next is the Item Shop, which allows you to sell any Z items you have or buy any extra Z items you want, varying in price depending on the strength of the Z item, all hosted by Baba. The last 2 options are options where you can edit controls on certain elements of the game, and Dragon Library, where you can choose to listen to the soundtracks or see the character descriptions as well as the story descriptions. I'll be explaining in detail the main modes of this game through chapters. First the story, then the music, then the game mechanics, and as well as my conclusion. Let's begin with the story. As I mentioned prior, the story is incredibly long in this game, but it doesn't forget a single arc. 90% of the Z movies are included, as well as all the canon arcs to the story. Even GT as a whole is included. While the story mode may be in depth, it's far from perfect. It encourages you to use Z items immediately on your characters, otherwise they get destroyed by higher level CPU. But the grind and leveling up of your Z items makes it worth it. The downside is, however, you will always play from the Z Fighter's perspective and not the winning side. For example, Frieza wins against the Z Fighters on Namek before Goku arrives, yet you'll play as the Z Fighters against Frieza, only for the cutscene to show you lost. Aside from those 2 downsides, you have the most scenes narrated by the legendary DBZ narrator Kyle Herbert.
Goku has been granted 1 day to return to Earth from Otherworld. And on that day, as fate would have it, a new world tournament is to be held. For the 2 rivals, Goku and Vegeta. This would be their last opportunity to settle the score. With nothing to hold them back, these 2 mighty warriors will decide once and for all which of them is the best.
Every scene with action. And another thing that is unique to this game's story mode is the cutscenes. The game has 8 specially rendered cutscenes that recreate scenes from the anime with Budokai Tenkaichi 2 character models, and I'll show the full 16-minute cutscenes within this video.
No!
to settle this. Planet Vegeta's fate. And mine. And yours too! This ends now! What? Kakarot!
You should be pleased. A low-class warrior like you seldom gets to play with an elite like me. All Saiyans are inspected for their combat skills at birth. And you were thrown out with the rest of the trash.
And that's how I wound up coming to Earth, right? I should be grateful. Besides, with enough hard work, even a low class can surpass an elite.
You're quite a comedian. Let me show you the power that no amount of hard work can overcome. What's wrong, Kakarot? You can do better than that! You looked better when you beat Nappa! Show me!
He's good. He hasn't even started fighting seriously, and already I'm completely outclassed. Fine, I'll show you! Kaioken!
If that's really your best, then I'm more than disappointed.
Incredible! But you know, even though things look really bad, I'm still having the time of my life.
I win.
Is that the extent of your power? I was hoping I'd get a little more enjoyment out of this.
Kaioken times 10!
It's no use. If you give up and beg for your life, I'll let you live.
I promise, Gohan. I won't lose!
How's that, Kakarot?
My name is Goku!
Then die! exactly what I'd expect from this low-class scum.
Did you really think I'd let you go? I'm going to crush you all like the insects you are!
Stop it, Frieza! Goku! No. How could you? You'll pay for this. You've killed so many innocent people already. And now Krillin! This time you're going to pay, Frieza!
I'll warn you, I won't go easy on you just because you're a woman. If a bucket of both like you can actually be called a woman.
Still, I'm surprised. You're much stronger than Dr. Giroux's data would suggest. I suppose we'll just have to be extra careful now, won't we?
I can't tell whether or not these puppets have taken any damage. I suppose the only way to know for sure is to smash them into pieces. He's much quicker than I expected.
No time to play. I'll have to end this soon.
Cells powered up even more than we expected!
Prepare for your demise! I'm going to destroy this whole pathetic planet!
Do what you want. There's no point in fighting anymore. I can't stop you.
Hey! Don't give up, Gohan!
Dad? Where are you?
Gohan! Hit him with the best Kamehameha you've got! You can win. I know you can. Come on. We can do this together.
Right!
Take this!
Dragon Balls to restore your energy.
It did! Thanks, Dende! I'm sorry it has to end this way, Boo. You're the most powerful opponent I've ever faced. I hope you'll come back someday as someone good. We'll have a little one-on-one. I'll keep training hard, and when the day comes, I'll be waiting. See you later! Phew! It's over.
You took long enough. We have to use the fusion Kakarot.
Huh?
I said we have to use the fusion technique now. Hurry! What's so funny?
No, nothing really. It's just, I'm happy. I mean, this is a first, having you be the one to say we should fuse.
Shut up!
This'll be amazing, Vegeta.
Fusion? Ha! Who's there? Who are you? I am neither Goku nor Vegeta. I am the one that will defeat you! Forget it! Try to keep up, Slowpoke. Slowpoke! Don't get cocky just because you've raised your power a little! Well, I think it's just about time to show you my finishing move.
Immaculate and beautiful rendered these cutscenes are, even though it's been 18 years since they were made. As you saw, they make the story unique, something BT3 never had, and make me adore and enjoy the story mode of this game more than BT3. The attention to detail is incredible. Another aspect that made this game memorable is its what-if sagas. Dragon Ball games always have fun what-ifs, because they diverge the story in an interesting new light. The best being is Fateful Brothers, a what-if story about Raditz, which I'm highly convinced is what persuaded Masako X to do his what-if Raditz turn good, which skyrocketed his channel to his amazing what-ifs today. The story builds on Raditz turning good, from making him forget his memory to regaining it, and then realizing how much his brother meant to him, to eventually giving his life to save Earth and everyone's lives. A great what-if that sadly wasn't replicated as well in the future Dragon Ball games. The next what-if we have is a Deadly Beauty, a what-if about Zarbon betraying Frieza and using the Dragon Balls to become eternally handsome like Frieza, and eventually getting destroyed for misusing the Dragon Balls for his own selfish gain. Finally, the third what-if is the weakest, called Destined Rivals, about if Vegeta and Goku defeated Buu early, then resume their fight. It's very basic what-if that are just classic fun between Vegeta and Goku. When you beat the story, you get a special line said by Goku that compliments you on finishing the story, which makes all the hours of playing worth it. Now talk about the music of this game. The tracks in this game are all original and not plagiarized like Kenji Yamamoto had done prior with his tracks for other games, such as Raging Blast 2 and the Budokai series. They are all beautifully composed for each specific scene.
You can look.
The best track of this game is Lost Courage, which is themed around how Super Saiyan 2 Gohan loses his courage against Cell and has to have it be rebuilt by Goku before firing the Kamehameha and defeating him. Another incredible track is Dark Half, which is track composed for GT and is specifically talking about the Dragon Balls and how they have a dark half to them. Ancient Mystery is about future Trunks and how he is from the future and is a mystery and ancient because he's traveling to the past to save his future. In Space, about Bardock, how he can see the future and heads out to space to confront Frieza, and Hands in the Sky for the Spirit Bomb theme against Kid Buu. The tracks for this game are all incredible, with 34 tracks, most of which are iconic and used to this day, far more than BT3's tracks. This allows for the game to be replayed due to the diversity of tracks present within the game. I will link a playlist of all the tracks in the video description for you to listen to and enjoy. It's an aspect that isn't talked about or discussed by many reviewers who review this game, but hopefully I shed a new light on why they are incredible tracks that will stand the test of time. With an incredible story, soundtrack, we will now talk about the game mechanics. This game might not have the best mechanics, however, it has flexibility and movement does not have. While BT3 added Sonic Sway, air combos, double dragon damage knockback, it always had that janky element to its gameplay compared to BT2, where your characters feel more restricted and the CPU feels more defensive and aggressive. Something that helps is the bar that charges your attack and allows your time to guard crush and heavy attack much easier compared to BT3, which requires more skill and timing. The fact you also perform cancels allows for an infinite combo to be performed, which was removed in BT3 due to how broken the mechanic is. This allows players to master the game far faster than if they were to play BT3, and it's also introduced switching and D-transformations, which BT1 did not have, adding more diversity to the gameplay. And a big change from this game to BT3 is that a lot of super attacks require to be charged, which is something BT3 changed, allowing them to be used immediately with no charging required. When you use sparking mode, it allows your character to fly around the map, form a combo of attacks that can't be stopped, and if you dragon dash and attack with a heavy smash, it allows your character to form a flurry of attacks, and if you follow it with a smash, you get to unleash your character's Blast 1, giving you a variety of different moves you do in sparking mode. Finally, the taunt feature allows your character to taunt, giving your fighting techniques more variety and style. In conclusion, while the fighting style might not be as complex or advanced as BT3, it allows the player to master and enjoy the game faster than if they were to play Budokai Tenkaichi 3. In conclusion, these are the reasons I think Dragon Ball Sparking Neo is the best Dragon Ball game, as future Dragon Ball games couldn't replicate the charm and essence of what this game had. Even its successor BT3, while having more fighting mechanics and a larger roster, had an inferior soundtrack, story, and few features here and there. I hope this video will come across to all Sparking fans to appreciate and respect what this game brought to the franchise and how it can stand on its own 2 feet as an incredible standalone game that sold almost 2 million copies worldwide on its release.